This video is about the brand new Klipsch Reference Premiere Subwoofer series. Klipsch has been all about making high-performance speakers for over 7 decades. Their commitment to constant improvement is very evident with this new series of subwoofers. These are not just cosmetic revamp, but they're an entirely new design that reaches far deeper into the lower octaves than we've ever seen on some subwoofers in this price category. Now, their goal was to go deeper with more speed than any previous Klipsch subwoofer, and we can certainly say they've succeeded. You'll notice that these cabinets are deeper in size than the previous models. Klipsch needed this extra space to squeeze out the super low bass that they could produce for the driver sizes. Now, how low do they actually go? Even the 10-inch RP1000SW has a plus or minus 3 dB spec at 19 Hz. That's almost a full octave lower than its predecessor. Now, the biggest model, the RP1600SW, reaches way into the infrasonic range, getting all the way down to 14 Hz. But it was not just the cabinet redo that allowed this amazing deep reach. Yes, Klipsch speakers and subwoofers are almost always outfitted with the signature cerametallic woofers, and at first look, you might not see any difference, but if you could look under the hood, you're going to find lots of new updates. The cerametallic woofer cone, which is aluminum anodized with a copper color, did not change, but everything else dramatically improved. The aluminum voice coils have been upgraded to reduce mass, thus increasing sensitivity. The size of the surround and the increased distance the cone can travel equals more woofer excursion than anything Klipsch has made in the past. The 14 and 16-inch models even have dual spiders for outstanding linearity over their huge range of excursions. Now, the result of this to your ears is more effortless bass that goes deeper than you could ever imagine. With decades of cabinet experience, the Klipsch engineers redesigned the Subwoofer port for a faster and cleaner sound. Now, we've always been fans of the front-firing port as the previous models had, as it gives you more placement flexibility. Now, Klipsch used computer-aided design to come up with a new flared port that minimized port noise and allowed the driver to perform at its very best. They call this their Aerofoil slot port design. They found a right-angle port, as you see used in smaller subwoofers, causes air turbulence and chuffing noise. They wanted the cabinets to be large enough to use a straight port to let the woofer perform at its very best. Now, the benefit is faster, quicker, and tighter bass attacks, letting their subs sound even closer to a live bass kick drum. The new power amps might just be the most impressive part of all of these models. And even though these improved drivers actually need less power, Klipsch has greatly increased the power available over the earlier ones. The power supplies for these Class D amps are also far bigger than anything Klipsch has ever had in the past. Klipsch also tortured and tested these like never before to ensure that the amp would have a very long life. This new amp is more efficient and even has a half-watt standby mode to save energy. These rugged new power amps allowed them to do something that we have never seen on a subwoofer setup. Normally, a sub will have a 5-year warranty on the subwoofer cone and a 1 or 2 year warranty on the power amp. Well, with these models, it's a 5-year warranty on both of them. Now, our only complaint is we do wish the phase control were completely variable instead of just having 0 or 180, but you can learn how to fine-tune your sub's phase control for better blending using your home theater receiver in our video on how to calibrate your subwoofer. Now, the new amps are also lacking any kind of automatic room correction. This used to be a big deal, but it's not really anymore. Almost all of the newer home theater receivers now have a room correction feature that will work on fine-tuning the entire frequency range, including your bass. With all of these new improvements, the new Reference Premiere subs can produce astounding sound pressure levels. For example, the older 10-inch could hit about 114 dB on peaks. Now, that is darn loud, but the RP1000SW will hit 118 dB on peaks. Now, that may not look like much, but you have to remember a 3 dB change in volume levels is twice as loud to the human ear, which means that this bad boy will play twice as loud as the earlier one. The biggest RP1600SW is similar, going from a peak SPL of 122 dB to 125.5 dB. Again, able to play twice as loud. These will all handle those big home theater special effects with ease. With the optional Klipsch WA2 wireless subwoofer kit, you can connect these up wirelessly, or obviously you can use the RCA inputs. But for those of you who have a room that shares a home theater and a 2-channel system or a desktop computer system, you could use the sub in both. You would likely have to change the level and the crossover, but that still is a pretty neat feature. All of these come in an ebony finish with rounded corners and a new woven grille cloth. Klipsch had to pay a lot of attention to every aspect of these cabinets to prevent them from making any noise at all and installed steel ports for the new grills. The ultra-durable scratch-resistant ebony cabinet sits on a special shock-absorbing feet too. Long story short, Klipsch redesigned these new subwoofers to process bass to create an even cleaner, faster, louder, and deeper sound while being more energy efficient. Now that, my friends, is super impressive. Now, which one of these subs would be right for your room? The best way to decide would be to reach out to one of our experts at audioadvice.com or just drop by one of our showrooms. Now, once we have the info and the size of your space and other components and listening tastes, we can help you test the best recommendations for your room. Heck, with the 10-inch model being able to reach down so deep, 2 or even 4 of these will probably be amazing in most theaters. There are so many variables to consider, so it's nice to know that with Audio Advice, you'll have a passionate team of audio and home theater lovers helping you along the way with your decision. You know that feeling where you can feel the drums or bass line with a particular track right down to your toes, and the whole experience just shakes the floors? Your dog might even bark or run in the other room from those vibrations. You can absolutely feel it to the point where your hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Now the great news is, even the smallest model, the 10-inch RP1000 SW, can give you that feeling. These are by far and away the fastest and deepest reaching subwoofers we've ever seen from Klipsch. Now we tested out 2 of the RP1200s in a medium-sized room and gave them a real workout with one of our favorite films for deep bass punch, Midway. Their exceptionally deep reach had our seats shaking with the big explosions we're hitting. Another cut we love to try out is the entry from Greatest Showman. Here you have a crowd of people stomping on the bench, and a very good subwoofer will let you hear the decay as the impact of their foot stomping fades away. Again, the Klipsch subs really impress us with their speed and their reach. Now what's so remarkable about these new subs is their great price for performance ratio. Any home theater lover knows that putting 2 subwoofers in a room will give you far more even and effortless bass than just one single subwoofer. Now with their low price, we see many people being able to do 2 RP1000s and not really sacrifice ultimate low-end reach as they go down to below 20 Hz. The new line of Reference Premiere subs from Klipsch might just be one of the best subwoofer values on the market today. They go incredibly deep with their speed, which is exactly what you want from a subwoofer. The fact that they can go so low for their price range just makes them even better. Now if you do decide to upgrade your Klipsch subwoofer, or if this is your first time going for the legendary Klipsch sound, your best way of supporting us is to buy them from one of our award-winning showrooms or online at audioadvice.com. Now you can purchase with confidence knowing that you'll get our price guarantee, 2-day free shipping, and lifetime expert support. And if you like this video, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.